Welcome to RealLifeish Friends podcast. We're on episode number 56. This is one of your hosts, Kimberly,
Mila.
and we are live in full effect on this lovely St. Patrick's Day.
hmm
Yes.
For the
Um,
St. Patrick's and the day, do you have your information on what, or do you have information on what why we celebrate St. Patrick's Day? No,
well,
you don't.
uh, no. However, um, I did look up my last names, all of them. Um, and I did come to the conclusion that between Scottish and Irish, every last one of my last names. So hey, what it do,
Hmm.
what it do, what it
Well,
is, what it is.
the man though behind St. Patrick's Day was a 5th century missionary born in Roman Britain. At age 16, he was kidnapped by Irish raiders and enslaved in Ireland for 6 years as a shepherd. He later escaped but returned to Ireland as a priest to spread Christianity.
Mm, I
And they
know.
believe that the March 17th is the day. The date is believed to be the anniversary of St. Patrick's Day death. I'm sorry, in 461 AD.
Okay. Well, I do know that I don't know exactly what date it occurred this year, probably this weekend. But I did a couple years ago go to a St. Patrick's Day parade in New
Hmm,
Orleans. And when I tell you they were throwing out cabbages, um,
cabbages,
mhm, Irish
cabbages that
spring
you eat.
soap, I think it was carrots as well. They had some Lucky Charms.
Hmm.
They also had some alcohol.
They had
Um,
what?
alcohol. It
Oh, of
was
course
probably
that.
one of the most interesting um it was one of the most interesting parades I've ever been to because
Sounds like it.
I didn't know they did that. And I was like, well, they were throwing out beads, for Mardi Gras. So I guess cabbages and, Irish Spring soap. Hey, it is what it is. It ain't
So I
what it
wonder
ain't.
what the people what they did when they caught the cabbage.
Shoot. In this economy, baby, you need to go home and cook that cabbage. Wash and cook that cabbage. What you talking about? But yeah, but like they threw out like I'm almost positive like carrots, cabbage, like I said, Lucky Charms, Irish Spring soaps. It was just a lot of stuff that they were out there giving. And I was mostly shocked because I said I didn't know we were doing that. And then I'm like, cabbage kind of, don't let nobody throw no cabbage at you because cabbage is kind of, hard.
Hard.
But then, I also saw that kind of related, but at a Mardi Gras parade, they were like giving out TVs, so they had to like hand them though. Because obviously you're not throwing TVs and stuff like that. So
I
I'm
think I
like,
saw something online where they was throwing packs of hair.
Listen, I was like, these parades are a good time, though. I have to tell you the truth. The parades are a good time.
I
Uh,
don't doubt
because
it.
you would never really think that, I don't know. When I think about parades, I'm thinking like, candy, maybe a shirt, maybe something that's, related or whatever. But it, it was a lot of adult things that they threw out too. And then like shot glasses, like it was a lot of things that they were throwing out.
Did
I
you
was
didn't
shocked.
plan though to be down there for St. Patrick's Day? It just happened to be a trip, and that just happened to be the
Yeah,
weekend.
I didn't go specifically for that, but I will say I probably would want to go for that. Um just to see, like in the future, just to see exactly how it is again, because we
Mm-hmm.
had a great time. Now the parade was a fun time. I
Hmm.
think it was on
You like a
Charles
parade
Avenue or
though.
whatever. Yeah, I love me a parade, baby. I love me a parade. I love when they give out candy too. But I take alcohol beverages, but I'm not taking nobody Jello shots. But if you want to give me a miniature, I'll take that. But I don't know how you made your Jello shots. I'm not gonna do that. Like, I got some respect for myself. I don't know you, stranger. I probably won't even take it from people I know. Some people I know either, but definitely not taking it from strangers.
Stranger danger.
Exactly. I'll be like, what are you trying to do to me? Ugh. What are you doing out here? But
Oh,
yeah, but it was a next year we need to try to go to New Orleans for St. Patrick's Day whenever we can.
or somewhere. Did they have a parade here today?
I don't know. But it's still
Okay.
going. It's still going.
I
It's
know when
still
I was
going.
heading home, I saw people with their little green beads on.
Oh, okay.
I had a little green necklace on today from work. I don't know who gave it. Somebody brought it to the job. Uh, so that's what I had on today. What's going on over there, man? Don't know where she at. Don't know where she at. She left me high and dry. High and dry. She left me high and dry. High and dry. Don't know where she at. Where you at, Kimberly? Do, 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 do. And she talk about me always having technical difficulties. Anyway, so what do you find people doing today for St. Patrick's Day? Are y'all having a drink? Did you go to a party? Or did you just stay at home? What do y'all do today?
Yeah. Me and my computer. And I think I know what the issue is.
What the issue is?
So I use my old computer when I'm doing all the posts, when I'm doing like everything else. So I'm never really
Mm-hmm.
using this computer until, like when I told you to make sure you turn on your computer, I probably should have made sure I turn on my computer, because I don't turn this computer on until right before the podcast. And that's probably a problem. I'm just saying.
Oh,
It
it's a
could be
major problem.
it could be a problem. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah,
But you're back.
yes, I'm back. But yeah,
She's
that's
back,
that's
people.
that's what happened. Um, but again, definitely if you have time, if you have the opportunity to go to a New Orleans,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know anybody else that has a St. Patrick's Day parade, to be honest. And even if they did, I don't know anybody else that would have a St. Patrick's Day parade to the extent that New Orleans would have it.
Probably Boston, Chicago.
I said to the extent that New Orleans will have it.
Oh,
Like, you
okay.
really think they out here giving away adult toys and random stuff? I'm just saying.
Probably
And
so. I wouldn't
alcohol.
doubt it.
I don't know. I don't even know why New Orleans was doing it, but I was there. So that's that. Um, but I did wear my green. I also did a thing and said, please don't be pinching anyone, because first of all, let's just be for real. You don't know them. Hey, uncle and auntie. I guess I should
Hey,
say
Uncle
auntie and
and
uncle.
Auntie. Huh?
It says auntie and uncle, so I said I guess I should say it the same way because I said uncle and auntie, but I should have said auntie and uncle. But yeah,
Wow.
so this episode tonight, the award season is officially over once the Oscars are presented. So you have the Emmys, the Golden Globes, other stuff that I don't know, Oscars. You have all of those things, and it brings us to the end of award season. Is done by the Oscars. Well, unless you are a supporter of Real Life-ish Friend and listener and watcher of Real Life-ish Friends podcast, because we have our version of the award show. Now, the first category of our award show is going to be wait, let me just give you a little thing. So basically, you all know that we watch TVs, movies, documentaries. Every episode we're discussing one of these things.
Mhm.
So with that being said, I was like, it may be fun for us to, have a little small commentary about the nominees
Right.
and let you all decide who's going to be the winner. Now, I don't think none of y'all voted, which is perfectly fine with us. That's, because we going to make up our own stuff anyway. Mm. So,
People ain't voting. Both y'all ain't voting.
see, y'all don't vote in elections and y'all don't vote for the podcast. See, listen, we going to have to get it together, people. We going to have to get it together.
Yes,
But,
we is.
But anyway, it was posted Monday on Instagram and also Facebook, of course. So for the category of Real Life-ish Friends movies, the nominees are in alphabetical order, by the way. That's how I decided. One of them days, Sinners, and Scrawl. So I know that. So how this came to work, because this was a collaborative thing. So Mila had to provide me 1 to 2 in each category.
Mhm.
Um, just so happens we pretty much had the same ones and twos for the most part. So
I didn't even think you would pick one of those days.
yeah, because we went to go see that. That was like one of the first ones we saw, I believe. Like one of
Yeah.
the movies that were out and
Hmm.
saw. Now you can
We
see
didn't
it
go. Who
everywhere.
I go see Sinners with? Oh, I think I
No,
went
you
with.
went separately. Well,
Yeah. Okay.
we didn't go together. We went separately.
Hmm.
Because I watched it in the town I live in. Um, yeah, because I think you went early and I was still in Alabama.
Yeah, I think me and
Yeah,
Britt went, and then you might have went the same day, but just later.
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so we have one of them days. We have Sinners and we have Scrawl. So again, we two of these movies we both one of these days we saw together. Sinners we
Hmm.
saw separately, and Scrawl obviously is on Netflix, so we saw that separately as well. Um, I know I'm about to say something that y'all will not like. Um, I didn't like Sinners. I never liked Sinners. I just watched it for the podcast. I never liked the movie. I was so
Really?
confused. Like people was like, "Oh my goodness, this is like a masterpiece," and I was like,
Well, wasn't a masterpiece.
define masterpiece for me." Because it wasn't that. It wasn't that. I think one of them days was funny.
Hmm.
Um, And I personally love me some Straw. But yeah, I understand that Sinners is the one that was Oscar nominated and all that stuff. And so I respect it. I don't have to like something to respect it and make it a nomination,
Mm-hmm.
because I agree with Mila because she gave me one of them days in both in Sinners, and I agree. I obviously, if you have a person that's winning the Oscar for best actor,
Mm-hmm.
and it's something that we reviewed, yes, it should be on the list. I think best screenplay, maybe, is that what he Ryan Coogler won for, best
Yes.
screenplay?
Best
Okay.
screenplay, and I think best cinematography
Yes, yes.
and best song.
And cinematography, that was also done by a woman, if I'm not mistaken, and I think she
It
was the
was she was the
first
first woman
woman.
to
Yeah.
win.
Hmm. Or either the first woman to win in a long time,
No, the
one or
first
the
person
other.
woman.
Okay,
Period.
okay, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts on those options? And let's see if we got some, look like we got some people in here, so let's see if they want to tell us which one that they prefer.
Let's see what the people say.
You ain't gonna tell us how you felt about the movies?
Oh, I thought you were looking at what the people say.
No, I'm typing
I'm
this in
sorry.
here, so
Oh. So I'll go work my way backwards. So let's start
okay.
with Straw. I like Straw, but Straw, it was a good movie, but it was too emotional,
Mm,
you know. And I like it. Sometimes I like emotional movies, but that one took me on a roller coaster uh, ride, and I do mean a good. It was very emotional. Sinners, I liked it. I think most people said it was like scary to them because of vampires, but I was the one that watched True Blood, which was
mm,
full of vampires. So, I liked it. I think, also too, I liked that. Um, I guess when you're being torn between being religious versus secular, I guess so to say, if that's
mm.
the word I'm looking for. So kind of torn between both worlds, and then
Yeah.
also the time period that it was in. So, I liked it. Very overall a good movie I liked for Sinners. One of them days was just plain out relatable. you know, when you just have shit just going on,
Yeah.
in life. It's just like nothing is going right for that day. I mean, like nothing. Uh, and so I thought that was, again, relatable, I guess from a female version, let's say that. And just dealing with regular stuff, dealing with men who ain't about nothing,
Mm.
jobs, roommates, all of that stuff. So I liked it. Um, if I had, are we picking, or do you want to? You tell me uh your thoughts on it. Well,
So for one of these days, I think that I was probably more shocked by like SZA. That was who was
mm-hmm,
in it, right? Okay, because I know my girl Kiki. So I was just shocked by it, but I truly thought it was a great movie. It's more, like you said, it's more relatable. It's probably, out of all of these movies, that would probably be more us and our dynamic than anything else.
mm-hmm,
Sinners, you're right, it was a way to be like, you know am I churchy, or
mm-hmm.
am I, out in the world?
Right.
So, which great message. Even though it seems like they just stayed out in the world. So I don't, I'm just saying they stayed out in the world. And I still haven't even rewatched it. I'm surprised I haven't rewatched it. I have
Really?
rewatched. I have rewatched the other two. Don't think I've rewatched it, and of course it's on TV right now, but I haven't
Well, I
rewatched.
know one of them days. Well, let me say this for my next I can't even talk Netflix subscription. I can deal with commercials, and I think there was a time when it was only on the I guess the plan where it did not have
Oh,
commercials because maybe of songs or whatever. I don't
okay.
know. Uh, so I have not rewatched that since. Have not
Mm,
rewatched Straw. I think Straw was one and done for me. Uh Sinners I did rewatch it when it finally came like on HBO, but I haven't watched it since, you know, all the
okay.
award shows.
Okay. Um. So again, as a person that prides myself on being fair,
Mm-hmm.
um, let me just make sure we didn't get no votes on Facebook. I don't think we did, but let me just make sure before I say anything. Let me. No, I don't see any. So, I'm not a hater, and to prove I'm not a hater, even though it wasn't my choice, but I can't deny the fact that they had won Oscar for Best Actor and for Best Screenplay. So, none other than Sinners will be the movie. And
And you know what? And I think uh, I'm like Issa say, I'm rooting for anybody black.
well, everybody was black.
Everybody
For
was
our
black,
in our categories, everybody was black, so we was
right?
gonna have a black
Everybody,
winner anyway.
right? But to see like when he, j- I think just like when he won the award or whatever, and I got a little teary eyed because I felt it was like a cousin, like somebody that had done won. It was like, and then I just remember him from being like on All My Children growing up, and then The
Wait, who
Wire.
was on All My Children?
Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, I didn't know that.
He
I
was
didn't know he was like
adopted
that.
by uh I think his name was Jackson Montgomery, who went with Erica Kane.
Okay.
Was her name Erica Kane? Susan Lucha, whatever her name was. Susan Lucha character. And yeah, he was adopted by him. I can't remember how. But yeah, he was on All My Children. He was on The
Mm,
Wire, so and we've seen him grow over time, and then also too he's just been unproblematic, you know
okay.
uh he seems like he's a solid dude, so kudos to Sinners.
Okay. Like I said, I'm not a hater, so I'm okay with Sinners because, like I said, they actually won some categories. So no, they did not. And I still, to be honest, that movie that has Tiana and Leonardo DiCaprio, I've never heard of that movie until award
Now I
season.
will say it's on Max also. I
Oh, okay.
think uh it just doesn't look like a movie. Again, I'm all for Tiana Taylor kind of getting her shine because that was a time when um she really was just kind of giving up, like, well, I guess especially like on music or whatever. So I'm glad she kind of found her lane in acting. Uh and I think she'll do good in that, in acting.
Yeah, she was also in Straw. You ain't feel that way about Straw? I'm just joking. I'm just joking. I'm just
Oh
joking.
yes, she was. She was the
Yeah, she was a
police
police
lady.
officer. Yeah. Um, but yeah, but I've never seen that movie. I I don't even. I can't even tell you what it's about. I wish I could, but I couldn't even tell you what it's about.
Look like they
Um,
got killing in it. Shooting.
mm,
Shoot 'em up, bang bang.
I think
Just
it also
saying.
had like Sean Penn in it. Is that correct? Robert De
Sean Penn
Niro,
and Leo
somebody
DiCaprio.
like one of them. One of them names.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Now Sean Penn won for something else, but I know he may be in that one too. Because I
Okay.
know Leo in it.
Yeah.
And Regina Hall was in it too.
Hall?
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yep.
Well, I know they won Best Picture, I guess.
Yes, it did. Uh-huh.
Okay. So our next category is going to be series. We
Mm-hmm.
have, of course, 3 nominations with that one as well. We have Beauty in Black, Heels and Hers, and The Girlfriend.
Mm.
Um, so let us know your thoughts in the comments about which one of those you preferred. And if you my mama, you can just go ahead and text me. Well, never mind, because you ain't watch these anyway, because you don't have none of these channels.
Who?
It's okay. My mama.
You got to share your login with her.
I try to give her my Netflix login or something other log. Well, I try to give my mama Tubi, and she don't want that either. So
She don't want what?
I try to give her Tubi. I was like, Tubi's free. Download it.
Stick
Just
with
download
Pluto. Tubi is
it.
ghetto. Stick with
First of all, some of
Pluto.
these movies are probably going to be on Tubi. Stop being a hater. Um,
Yeah, in 10 years.
Now Beauty in Black, it does return
Tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
No, the
The
19th.
18th. I thought you said 18.
Let me go check this message. There's no telling what I be saying. Literally, it's no telling what I be saying.
Do what?
I said literally, there's no telling what I be saying. It's coming on tomorrow or the day after. Let's just go with that. Because
That's what we're going with him.
because I realized we had a lot of conversations the last couple of days. So that's why I'm like,
And I
I'm
remember
used to
you put
I'm
that.
used to like sliding through it or whatever, but I'm like, I
No,
always
look
see a
at
date.
the podcast chat. That's what it was in.
Oh, okay. Oh, no wonder. Well, that explains it. By the way, if you ever want to reach out to us, you can do so at reallifeishfriends@gmail.com, or you can contact us at 615-475-8152. Again, that number is 615-475-8152. You can also DM us. You know what our Facebook and Instagram is, so you could always DM us as well. Um, you know, do what you got to do. But yes, so let me check that. Thank you. So I know exactly what to check. It's the 19th, so Thursday.
Okay.
Cause
What I
I was
be
like,
doing
I
for my
remember sending you the date, and now I can't find anything with the date, and I'm looking at the messages we have, and I'm like, first of all, those messages.
help a Lord. Help
But
of
yes,
Jesus.
so we have, yeah, so Beauty and Black comes on the 19th. Heels and Hers, I don't know if there's going to be another season of it or not, but that's not
Yeah.
important because we're talking about this season. um and then the girlfriend is the movie that the mother and the future mother-in-law, or the boyfriend's mother,
Mm-hmm.
and the girlfriend had competing stories. It just kept on going back and forth between the narrative by the girlfriend, the narrative by the mother.
Mm-hmm.
um His and Hers was very much, I really don't even understand why that's true. I don't even know why the movie was called, I mean the series was called His and Hers, and I don't know, maybe
I
I
mean,
don't know.
well,
I
different. I
guess it could have
mean,
been like he,
her
he's the
version
murder.
versus his version.
I don't know.
I don't know. His
I
and
don't
her.
know.
Well, I don't even know that we have a.
Hmm. Let me.
I don't
I
know.
can always Google. I can always Google. But yeah, and then of course we had none other than Beauty in Black, which is
Mm-hmm.
about a affluent family that owns a business, and
Hair care. Ain't it hair care?
mhm,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it's just beauty in general, a beauty line, but I think it is more hair.
More
But I
hair.
feel like yeah.
I remember when it
Um
started off, people was like, well, Kimmy was trying to take the, I guess, the little entrepreneur class,
yeah,
but then there was something came
she
out
wanted
that
to
it
be
was taking out
mentored.
people hair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it has a for as beauty in Black is concerned. The patriarch is sick. Nobody really knows he's sick. He's not married anymore. He comes across a stripper. He marries her to be able to basically like train her to take over, whereas the daughter-in-law thought she was going to be the one that was going to take over, and that's kind of where everything is at this moment. Um I actually enjoyed, especially. I know. I think you had you had the girlfriend in His and Hers as the two, right?
Yes, because I forgot all about Beauty
In
and
Black.
Black. So
Okay.
yes,
And I
his and hers
had
and the girlfriend.
okay. So I selected Beauty in Black and also His and Hers, but of course I knew that the girlfriend based on Mila was going to be one of the nominations, because I feel like that was pretty strong, because I tried to figure out in my like how I've selected nominees. I tried to figure out we what got a general consensus that was more entertaining or more talked about. I'll just say
Mm.
it that way. Um, so again, because I am fair. So how did you feel about the series? Each of the series?
Uh, I liked all of them, and of course, we keep continuing to watch Beauty and Black. Um, I like that. I hope that the girlfriend comes with a. I feel like part two could happen.
Okay.
Um, His and hers. I feel like maybe it doesn't need a second part, but it could possibly also too come with a second part. I just think, um, but to pick my favorite out of those three, uh, would be the girlfriend.
Oh,
Hmm.
that's interesting.
Yeah, I feel like Beauty and Black, while it is good, um, you see shows like that all the time, just different variations of it. You know, somebody trying to take over a company, somebody's sick. You got the gangsters, you got your drug dealers, you got the strippers, you got money laundering. I mean, it's like you have all of that. So I think that while it is a good series, I think we've seen that just play out in different ways. His and hers, um, while was unpredictable,
Okay.
um, I feel like it doesn't need another part.
Hmm. And it's not, so when it comes to the girlfriend and also His and Hers, um they haven't announced or any season
Mm-hmm.
twos of the either of those. And they even said that it's very unlikely that His and Hers will, have a season, because it was already a limited a limited series.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which I don't know where else you would go with it, to be honest.
Right.
So I
Right.
don't think that it would have it. I don't necessarily know if the girlfriend could have. Well, I guess the girlfriend could have another season. Um,
I mean, I think too, it could be, the son finding out, he found the mama phone. So, I mean, I feel like they could maybe drag that on to a different extent, maybe. I don't know.
yeah,
Uh, but even if they didn't, I think again, it was still a good series that wasn't necessarily predictable, but it still kind of kept you guessing
yeah.
uh, and
I like
questioning.
I like the fact that it did show the different, vantage points of it. One of my one the movie that doesn't get talked about a lot, Vantage Point. I love that movie because of the simple fact that like you could see how the wheels were turning with everybody as everything was happening. I don't know if you ever saw the movie, but it
I
has
don't
Forrest
think I've
Whitaker
seen it.
in it. It's old. It's a not
Oh,
old
okay.
old movie, but it's an older movie. It
Okay.
came out probably early 2000s or something.
Mm,
Um, Let me tell you. Yeah, 2008. It came out in 2008. But yeah, it has like
okay.
Forrest Whitaker on it because I like
Mm,
any kind of action. If somebody is trying to assassinate somebody, or baby, that's my jam. And basically, that's what was happening there. So, like, like that's my jam. If you got a good old assassination, or you got a sniper, baby, you might as well just tell me. Like, I'm watching it. I'm watching it because that's my thing. That's my thing. That is my
okay.
jam.
Okay.
Um. So for me, of course, I actually liked every last one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think either one of those series were a bad series. It just mostly comes down to um because they're kind of they're not really in the same category of
Mm-hmm.
things. Both of them are all of them are kind of all of them are dramas. Don't get me wrong, all of them are
Right.
dramas. Um, but well, I guess the girlfriend and his and hers made all of them got a little bit of killing in it, and a little bit of you know
I
little bit
mean, and
of like
Beauty and
stalking,
Black.
and it just
Yeah,
all of them got a little bit of debauchery in them, to be
it does.
honest.
It does. It does.
Um, but for the sake of our award show, the winner is His and Hers.
Okay.
That is because both of us selected it. Since we can't agree right now, both of us, I don't think either one of them won any categories out here in the award season. Since we both selected His and Hers,
I can rock
is
with it.
that
I
will
can rock
be
with it.
the winner for the series.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, because what
Okay.
else we have to
And,
go by?
okay. And, and a good old now documentary.
Yes. So for documentary, we have A Body in the Snow, The Trial of Karen Reed. We have The Alabama Solution, and we have The
Mm,
Perfect Neighbor. Now, with that being said, um, two of these things, I got to double check the Golden Globes and I got to double check the Emmys because of the different categories. But I do want to go ahead and let you know that neither won, but they were both nominated for a documentary Oscar. So
yes.
that was The Alabama Solution and The Perfect Neighbor.
Perfect
They were
neighbor.
both. Like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
got to double check if you know a body in the snow was offered any kind of
They
nominations.
didn't mention. They
No,
didn't
I'm
mention
saying
Karen.
no, I'm saying because that's the series, so it would
Right,
be the
right,
go
right.
either like the Golden Globes or the Emmys that would have did
Mm-hmm.
that. So Karen Reed was found not guilty. She was acquitted. This is like one of the first documentaries that they had about her and the whole incident with, the boyfriend that was a police officer. Apparently they're supposed to have several other out on different platforms, or at least one or two more out on different platforms. I guess
Mm.
the aftermath of the trial,
Oh, the last
because it
trial.
ended, yeah.
Okay.
Because that trial ended, I think, June or July. It ended in the summer of last year. Alabama Solution, with that one, this is about the Alabama prison system, and it's really, really kind of odd that a lot of people, especially, I don't know if it's because of their nomination, but a lot of people are talking about the Alabama Solution more now than
Mm.
back
When
when
it came
we
out.
discussed it. Yeah.
Mm.
um because, and thank you for the 78 subscribers that we have, because about 8 of those subscribers likely came because of a post in an old clip, because I said, hey, one thing about me, if they're gonna talk about Alabama Solutions, we already talked about Alabama Solutions. I already got a clip for you, baby. So I just started posting some clips on the U and the Tube. So um and then I can't remember exactly what I think the Attorney General said, but he said something about stay out of their business or stay out of Alabama business or something like that. Like, interesting.
Alabama
And
Attorney General said what? Stay out their business.
yeah, say it like say our Alabama business or something like some along that lines. And then the perfect neighbor, that is about the case involving the neighbor that shot and killed. I cannot think of her name right now. But shot
The
and killed the
mother with
lady
the
with her kids. Yeah. Um. So yeah. So what are your thoughts on those?
I think I would say this. I know for a fact I recommended to you Karen Reed and Alabama Solutions.
You
I
did.
think I recommended those two.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Karen
Because
Reed,
more than
that was
likely, if there's a documentary, you probably told us about it.
because
Other
I'm
than
no
that,
good.
Latoya Grace, you probably told us about it. Because I been knew about her. But other than that, you probably told us about it.
So I know I recommended those two. But I mean, they all were good, and I will say it's a good variety of ethnicities. Let's say that you kind of see uh, Karen, white lady, Boston police officer, how hard his family goes, to say he was XYZ, and Karen was like, it was really interesting. Like, I don't want to say to see how. Well, I mean, they went hard, and they went hard for that policeman, and his family stood 10 toes down. But also too, Karen stood her
Yeah.
10 plus her fingers on. She didn't do it. Um, Alabama Solutions, I think that was another good one too, because you know that jails are not really comfortable, but also too you would think that they would at least be uh I mean, those are in what's the word, inhumane, conditions
Yeah.
that in the prisons, and just how they're being treated, um, how guards act, So it gave an insight on how prison is. Again, although it was just in Alabama, but I'm quite sure that happens nationwide. Perfect Neighbor. Um, Also, another documentary that lets you know uh, some neighbors are not really crazy, and some of them really think they own stuff that they really don't own.
Okay.
It's like you living in the neighborhood, ma'am. You barely own your slab of concrete that you got. Everything else is common area. So, uh, but I also too liked how the neighborhood rallied around the kids and stood for what was right and was just like, no, she messing with us, she doing this, she does this, and how she tried to play the victim, and then when she got in them good folks jail interrogation room talking about no, I'm not going, ma'am, you are going to jail. No.
Okay, she wanted to pretend like it none of this existed.
Yeah, no, I'm not going, ma'am, yes you are going to jail. um and just because she was really a shit starter and all that. Now again, the kids were, kids being kids, they gonna keep up noise.
Yeah,
You know, they gonna play. I much rather have kids playing outside than out there shooting folks. I
exactly.
mean,
Like they're outside playing, sports like this is normal. Like
yeah.
throwing the ball, dodgeball, kickball, football, all of those things are completely
Mm-hmm.
normal things that that kids do.
Yeah.
And if
Running,
you don't
yelling.
and if you really don't want to, hear the noise of kids laughter or playing, like then a condo or apartment is not going to be your best bet to live. You need to be
Right.
somewhere out in the woods, isolated, that you can't hear anyone.
Right.
Because if this is bothering you, then that's more of a you problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I think I think now this I would, for me, torn between Alabama Solutions and Perfect Neighbor. Now I'm torn between which one of them I want to make the top choice. I feel like it could be a tie between both of them.
We don't have a ties on award shows. There's
Yes,
no
we do.
tie.
They had one at the Oscars.
Oh, somebody
Uh,
did mention that. Somebody did.
but if I had to pick, I would go with Alabama Solutions.
And actually, that's what I would have picked too. Because I did found out Karen Reed was not nominated for any, like not for an Emmy or a Golden Globe or anything like that. When it comes to Alabama Solution, I think to me, when I think of a documentary, I think, because keep in mind the difference between, well, obviously the difference between Alabama Solutions and the other two is that the Karen Reed story, as well as the Perfect Neighbor, those were really, really, really big stories that they happened to do a documentary about. I don't know if that many people, there were so many things in the Alabama Solutions that
Mm-hmm.
like was to me kind of discovered, which is part of what I feel like a good documentary is. It's something
Mm-hmm.
that you don't necessarily know about already, or
Right.
you have some kind of understanding about it, but not the deep dive that they discuss. Like, I know this got a lot of comments on YouTube when I had posted the clip, but the fact that I'm used to hearing people saying, oh, they make the tags in the jails, they make this in the
Mm-hmm.
jails, did it, but to actually get a number, to actually know all of the things that, the inmates, do, and the money that is being generated by the
Right.
goods and services that they produce,
Mm-hmm.
that was incredible to know, because you you always heard that it was money, that they did, like I said, the tags, and they did, this and the
Mm-hmm.
third. So to know that the amount was pretty. I don't know, like, obviously I'm from Alabama, but to
Yeah.
just know like the amount, I was like, this is a huge amount. I think it was like
Mm-hmm.
450 million or something like that. Like that's pretty significant.
Mm-hmm.
So it lets you know, like, this is why, they have certain crimes, uh, being adjusted and certain things, because they need prisoners, because they need them to make this money. But what it also
Mm-hmm.
showed me, and I think I mentioned it on, when we discussed it as well, you literally have these prisoners with this additional work experience. So technically, they have always worked.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if they allow them to put it on a resume, but like, if you're gonna let them do like customer service, if you're gonna let them do landscaping, if you're gonna
Right.
let them, cook, if you're gonna let them do all of this, then the fact of the matter is, I don't understand, if you're allowing an inmate to do it, I don't understand why you would be so hesitant to not let someone that served their time have a
To
job.
hire
Like,
them.
yeah. I don't know why you
Mm-hmm.
will have make them jump through so many hoops, or feel some type of way about, oh my goodness, can't have inmates. And don't get me wrong, I understand the liability of things, especially in certain positions. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same time, if you're allowing them into the governor's mansion to serve, to do the landscaping, then why couldn't you allow them to have another job in a
Right.
similar capacity?
Mm-hmm. But
Because if
then
they
too, I
didn't do
think
anything, then
right.
like the likelihood of them doing, not saying that it's not impossible, but I'm just saying the
Mm-hmm.
likelihood of them, doing something once they're out, I don't think, because I don't think you're going to just have people out there that's not I know people probably be like, oh, my inmate's trustworthy. Yeah, there are some good people that make bad decisions, and
Right.
that's just what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So there are a lot of people that, yes, they may have been to prison, but they can still be trustworthy. They can still be accountable. They realize and understand that they made a mistake, and they're,
Mm-hmm.
doing everything they can to, make better decisions. And that's ultimately what you want out of the prison
Right.
system. You want them to be able to reform.
Mm-hmm.
So the pushback of, don't want to hire you because you're around money, don't want to hire you because you're around kids or anything like that. Now, again, there are certain crimes that you commit. Okay, if somebody's out here robbing, no, you can't go work at the store. We're not going to be trusting that. If part of the people that like to do inappropriate things with kids, no, you cannot work at a school system. But at the
Right.
same time, you know, I don't think those people are the ones that they're out here just letting run amok in the
Mm-hmm.
system. They probably have to stay more inside, work inside the jail, instead of outside with the public. But I'm like, they're they're around people, so I don't get
What?
the issue.
Yeah. And I think too, just even also too with the corruptness uh, within the system, the warden to the correction officers. Because I often feel sometimes that some correction officers was douchebags, so they get in and work for the prison, and then they become able to rough folks up, bully them when they couldn't be, when they were bullied, growing up
Yeah.
or whatever. But again, it was a very informative documentary, and again, I think it was different because again, you hear stuff about prisons, but
Hmm.
never really often see the conditions and what they actually go through, and also to what their families go through in dealing with the death of of someone that was in prison.
Yeah.
So I thought it was really, 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 really a good one, a good documentary.
And you saw like the organization that they did, like
Mm-hmm.
organizing protests, preparing for, by, sharing noodles and, making sure
Mm-hmm.
you're filling your, cell with, different commissaries so you're prepared to withstand, you know, a hunger strike or a protest or something like that.
Right.
So, and people always say like there's a lot of people in the prison system that are very intelligent,
Oh yeah.
and especially, certain crimes like drugs and stuff like that. Um, it's very, very, those are people like they're entrepreneurs, and
There's some smart. Let
and
me. There are some
and the
smart
way,
folks in there.
yeah, and the way they, some of them have pulled money through, baby, there's companies that have never touched that kind of money. So that's something to be said,
Mm-hmm.
as it relates to, especially some of these crimes. And to
Right.
be honest, when it relates to some of the prison guards, the only difference is who got caught and who didn't, between the prison guards and the inmates, because
Right.
baby, the prison guards are the ones that's making things shake inside, because you
They
can't,
making it shake.
if you're not covering and doing all of this stuff, they're not going to be able to get their drugs and money or cell phones or this, that, and the third. So hey, the prison guards, sometimes they end up behind the bars too.
They do. They do.
But yeah, so like I said, for the documentary, I think it's definitely the Alabama solution,
Mm-hmm.
for that. So the last thing we're gonna touch on is none other than our girl Rihanna. So what ended up happening is that,
Mm.
and I guess we should have talked about it last week, but whatever. Um, we grown. Uh, so a lady decided to show up at Rihanna's house during
Mm.
the middle of the day. I think they said it was like 1:15, and like shot basically at her gate and everything. Rihanna was home.
With the babies.
Hmm. And the
Mm.
boyfriend and the mama and the staff. So you had her out here, um
Ducking and
and,
dodging
well, I
in the
don't know if
OK
she was
Corral like
really
she in the hood
ducking
somewhere.
and dodging, because I don't know the extent of what she was able to hear and anything, because I'm
She
quite
shot
sure
up the
she,
gate
yeah, but
like
I'm
the.
saying like I'm quite sure that house is not like the gate and then the house. Like I'm quite sure it's some distance and stuff between the gate and
Her ring camera ran off.
the So yeah, so it was Ivana Ortiz. Now she was charged with like 10
Mm.
things. Yeah, she was charged with malice, afterthought, attempt to murder, as well as of Rihanna, as well as 10 counts of assault with semi-automatic firearm and 3 counts of shooting at an uninhibited in an inhibited. Y'all know what I'm talking about, because baby, I am struggling with this IN, baby, because I just want to have a U. Dwelling or camper per the complaint, because apparently she also shot at the neighbor house as well. So that's where the other two came from. So there was 8 people in Rihanna house and 2 people. And I think they
Mm.
have her bun at like 10 point some $1 million.
She'll be in there
Baby.
and need to stay. Mental illness. Let's
But
start
then it
there.
also said 1.8 million bail. So I guess if it's
10%.
10.8, then yeah, 10%. So she's gonna
She's
be
still in
there.
there.
But okay, go ahead. Nah.
Mental illness is real, and there needs to be more help for the mentally ill. But
Yes, I agree.
also, too, I guess, and I think I had this conversation with somebody at work because they was like, "Well, how did she find out where Rihanna live at?" they have Hollywood tours. Now I haven't been on a tour and I haven't been to Hollywood, but I see on TV like TMZ had that like celebrity home tour or whatever. And it can't be that difficult to find a celebrity's home in California. But again, I'm trying to figure out like, okay, why you all over there shooting up that lady house? What Rihanna do to you? Why is you shooting up anybody's house?
That part.
First of all, let's start there. Why is you shooting up anybody's house? And then you want to go up there and shoot up Riri house, who is in there being a mother to her children, doing 1 o'clock in the evening. That lady around there probably was having lunch, then put the babies down, preparing, for Fenty, working on an album, and now she got to pack up the whole crew and leave. But I wonder how many other celebrities too have had that happen. But you also too hear about when they what they call it squat where they
Oh yeah,
where they
when swatting.
send
Yeah.
the
Hmm.
polices over
That's
there,
when the SWAT team out. Yeah.
the SWAT team out, because somebody has made allegations of something that's going on in the house, and so now again they doing it's crazy. Uh, I can't say that the mental illness is real, but why is you shooting up? Like, what she thought Rihanna was messing with her, or was stole a man, or
No, this is what she allegedly said. She said apparently, and keep in mind, I'm gonna say alleged because I saw conflicting things
hmm,
about she may be a speech pathologist or something like that. But it also could just be another person with a similar name. But she's from Florida. They say she's from Florida, or lived in Florida. So, with that being said, Florida is Florida, and we can't expect too
Florida gonna do
much.
what Florida do?
Yes. But apparently, she made on a Facebook post on February 23rd. They're alleging that she said something referencing Rihanna, saying, "Say something to me directly instead of sneaking around like you talking to me." So whenever now, don't get me wrong, because we have a whole segment called "A Friend in My Head," but like we ain't delusional enough to think that we can go up to said people that's in our head and be like, "Hey, friend," because they don't know us. We know that they don't know us.
Not
Um,
at all. The people don't know a lick about her. And first of all, if she lived in Florida, so she done hightailed her ass from Florida via train, plane, automobile with a loaded gun. So they probably drove because I know she didn't get that gun on the plane.
okay.
Because what was it, an AR something?
Yeah, it was a it was some kind of gun. They just said semi-automatic on this one. So I don't know if it's AR-15 or whatever. And the lady is only like 35 years old, so she's somewhere around Rihanna's age, because Rihanna should be somewhere around that age as well. Um, I just don't
Hmm.
understand. I don't know, like th- there is nothing to my knowledge, and I will hope that a celebrity or non-celebrity could say to me that makes me be like, let me go to their house and shoot it. Like, you
I mean,
know,
we do good enough to go and buy what they selling, much less I'm going. And then we taking that with a grain of salt because we really ain't gonna be buying everything they throw in front of us. So again, I'm trying to figure out what was Tink Tink. I would like to hear what her. Yeah, she said Rihanna was talking about it, but Rihanna really ain't. It ain't like she online all the time. But you see what I'm saying? Like on social
yeah.
media all the time.
Now it also said that this lady has a never mind, wrong person. I was getting ready to talk about something that was the wrong person, because I
Wrong
when
person.
I when I read, I sometimes put two and two together and make five, because I was reading two stories, but that was
Your
about that other
math is
person.
shaky, but
That was
okay.
about that other person. That was about that other person. Um, but yeah, but like I said, they're alleged she a speech pathologist, and license and everything, and now
Well,
there was some allegations that um the power couple allegedly the power couple has something to do with this, because she's almost out of her contract with.
what power couple?
Because if they got something to do with it, I don't want to say that they ain't. Them two people. Who she signed to? What label?
Oh, you talking about Rock Nation? Is she with
Mm-hmm.
them?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
hmm.
Yeah, they're saying that the power couple, is alleged that the power couple may have something to do with that. I don't know. They're because they also mentioned, the whole Aaliyah thing.
We have to
I don't know.
realize now, while there probably is a secret society out there in the world that we wouldn't, let me say, I can't speak for you, but at this moment, neither one of us would be in that circle unless there is a huge sum of money that comes our way, and we still wouldn't even be in the circle. We'll just probably be in the parking lot
And I don't
or
even
on the
know if I
block.
would even want to be in that, because, like, I'm afraid. Like I said about the CIA before, baby, I don't want to work for the CIA no more, because it's too much. You have to know. You got to be quiet. It's just a lot. This is going to interfere with my life, and I ain't no put my You trying to put my mama in jeopardy? Ain't no way, baby. Ain't no way. Cause I don't play about that one.
So I mean, again, yeah, while they are, you know, power couples out there, there are people with money that can, shake things, make things happen. Uh, we can't blame everything on that. Sometimes we just
Yeah.
got to blame stuff on mental illness.
Mhm.
And at this moment, this could be a possible case of it. I mean, because I
Yeah.
feel later on they'll be like she gonna plead what is it, criminal insanity, whatever it
Yeah.
is, insanity.
Mentally. Yeah.
That'll probably be the next thing. Uh, because and I watch a lot of TV, but there ain't been not one time where I thought somebody told me to go and do something. Now maybe you told me to buy something. Peter Popoff did have me call him, for some oil, so for the little blessing water, but that got out of hand. Uh, you know, infomercials, you see, little stuff like that, but ain't not one time have I said I'm gonna get in my good automobile and try and find somebody's house. And then I'm gonna take a firearm and just unload the whole clip, magazine, or whatever, and think that
Okay.
I'm gonna be able to go back to my home, my humble abode, and not get in trouble. No, I like my freedom too much.
Yeah, because they
And
basically
first of
saw the
all,
car. They saw the car. Like, they end up. You know. I.
mm, all you can
There.
say is because
Because
there ain't no words. There, there, there's,
exactly.
there's no words that I could say to even try and defend this lady. The lady had no business. And again, mental illness is real. I'm not saying that lady had a mental illness, but I'm saying it is real.
Hmm.
And she didn't have no business going down there to that good woman's house. Again, by plane, train, or automobile. And I'm more likely going to say that she got in an automobile. Because
Yeah.
she didn't
She
get
was.
on a
Yeah.
plane. She didn't
Well,
get it on plane.
I was meaning okay. I was talking about the little drive by situation. Of course, she
Mm-mm.
was in
No,
a
the
car.
drive-by.
Yeah, I was like, of
Drive-by,
course
we
she
know
was in a
she was in the
car.
car.
No, she out there on a scooter, baby. It's all about the
I did.
ecosystem. It's all about the ecosystem. We gotta save the environment.
Well, you know what? She
So we
done
on a
saved it
scooter
because
or a bicycle. Can you imagine though? Just think about this. Can you imagine somebody being on a real life bicycle or one of those scooters that you had to put your
and
credit card number
rat-a-tat-tatting.
in and being like just gliding away, just gliding away on the scooter.
Bless it.
The things
I'm
people
glad
do.
Rihanna them is safe. Let's say I'm glad that her family's safe and that the neighbors are safe. Because we in the scary world. You already got to think about the foolishness. With
Yeah.
uh, the commander.
Hmm.
So then you got to sit here and worry about somebody coming by. Your sense of peace and safety and all of that stuff has been disrupted because of someone that don't have good sense. So we're glad they're safe. I'm, I mean, but it's easily accessible. Just think you can get antibody address,
Yeah.
and if you take enough time to do the digging, you'll find it. You
Yep.
just got to be diligent.
Yeah. Like I just based on what she says, I'm like, Rihanna, from my understanding, is known to do, I guess, some clapbacks or whatever to people. Like, so I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if this person is, alluding to that, or is this just something that they created and made up in their head that Rihanna, not wanting Rihanna to like sneak talk about her, like make it direct. Basically, she's saying, it me. That's basically what she's saying. It me. Um,
And we don't even
and
know who that woman is.
exactly. And I'm like, for you to come all the way to Florida as a speech pathologist, allegedly, to do harm to a celebrity, something,
First of all, she done
the
messed up her
elevator
license.
don't go all the way. It can't go all the way. It
She done messed up her
stops.
license. That was if whatever speech pathology appointment she had prior to getting in that car and going to Rihanna house, that was the end. Cause she ain't no more, baby. Your license is revoked. You gonna be
That
doing
part.
that. You about to be doing it bootleg. You ain't about to
You can
be
do it.
going
You
no
can, baby. From what we know about the Alabama solutions, baby, you can do it in the prison system. Maybe you
pretty
can help
much.
everybody. Maybe you can. I'm never mind because I'm not going to the prison system. But the people that have issues like me with STR words, maybe you can help them.
Well, the STR word.
Because I ain't going to no prison. I ain't trying to go to no prison. But maybe there's a group of us that that struggle. So maybe you can help them out in the prison. So when they come out, because you might be in there for a minute, but
Well,
when
she
they
gonna be
come
in
out,
the. She'll be in the prison speech pathology ministry. That can be her gift to giving
mhm,
back is teach the people. So while she's in there, she can teach the people them STR words.
mhm, mhm.
That's what
cause
she can do.
cause first of all, unless you got money, or unless somebody has some money behind you, or somebody that's willing to let you out, 1 point no, over $1 million of a bail
Baby, she'll be
or
in there.
like no.
Let me tell you, I know my folk would badly probably give up a good million if I was held ransom, held captive somewhere. You think they gonna get me out of prison? Nope.
Cause like seriously, like the money, you don't get it back, right? Let me Google
No.
this.
You
Let
don't
me
get no
Google this.
bond money back. You don't get none of that.
Like even if you found not guilty, you don't get it back.
No.
Do you get bail
Get
money
none
back?
of that back. I don't think she gonna get back if she pay them folks back that put it up, but she ain't gonna pay them back. Uh-uh. That for 1.8 million, she'll stay in that prison, baby,
Wait,
until her
hold on.
trial.
According to this, it says, yes, you generally get bail money back if you are found not guilty, provided you attended all court dates. If you
Hmm.
paid the full amount directly to the court, it is returned minus potential administration fees or fines. However, if you use a bail's bondsman, the 10% fee is paid to them is non-refundable. So if you pay
She in
the
there.
whole 10 million, she might get it back if she found not guilty. But
Mm. Them people got cameras, so she there. Baby girl is in there.
so yeah, so if you get a bail, because the bond is the full amount. If you get a bail, then wait, I don't know. Basically, if you use a bail's bond, you don't get it back because it's non-refundable.
No,
But say
what
for
they gonna
instance,
get?
you got that money, and if you got $10 million and somebody give it to you, willing to, and I would know, I would not be okay with, even if I had it, just like that case a couple of years ago where the lady had won all that money, I think in one of them Carolinas, and she kept on bonding her husband, I mean boyfriend, baby daddy, or whoever was out of jail, and it was like 1 million, 10 million, 2 million. And I was like, first of all, the minute they said that amount of money, I send you some money on your books.
I will make sure you get all the ramen noodles you need, all the
Okay.
cheese whiz, all the honey buns you can get, but not with my good money. I'm gonna nope. And you likes to be a frequent red middle frequent flyer to
Okay.
the
Repeat offender.
nope. You can
No.
repeat that, baby. Repeat all that in the jail. Nope. But you eat good. I make sure we send you some money. Make whatever you can care packages. We'll make sure all that is done. But you will not. I would not be bailing anybody out. No.
Now they also said that it can vary by state and jurisdiction,
Mm.
whatever. Oh my goodness, I am struggling
Judicial
tonight with
girl.
word. No, the jurisdiction. Wait, you know what I'm saying? That word. That's the word I'm trying to say. See, Miss Ortiz, come back and help me. Come and help
The
me.
jurisdiction
Maybe
or judicial? Which one you trying to say?
jurisdiction, like the
Juris,
district, the
jurisdiction. Just
region.
shit. Jurisdiction. You got me. And I had it. I was saying it right. You should have me fucking up the word. Jurisdiction.
Jurisdiction, yes. So, but yeah, so they, I, you know, mm, that's a lot of money, and you might as well just tell somebody they can't get out, because unless you got that kind of money, you might as well just tell me I can't get out or whoever, because I don't want it to be me, so I ain't gonna even speak that in
When you
existence.
make that one phone call and
But
say, "Can you bail me out?" and my bill is 1.5, nope. But be blessed. Let me know when you get to
well, no,
your
if your thing is 1.5, that means that's 150,000. Somebody might pay that. But that's money. Think about this. This is money you have to, if you using a bail's bondsman, which is at 10%, that's money thrown away.
and then them rascals may even jump bond, and I'm gonna be held responsible. No,
Hmm. No, then they get the bounty hunter on them. Then they'll find
but
them.
my money down the drain. Nope.
Your money down the drain as soon as you use that bail's bondsman, baby. That money is
That
down the
part.
drain.
Mm-mm. Nope. Just let me send you. Just let me send you some money, little money. Keep you fed. Buy your little Vienna sausages, spam or whatever the little people Fritos or whatever, and
Okay, you
we'll
can
go
make you
from
some
there.
jailhouse
Pizza.
nachos. You can make you some jailhouse pizza, some enchiladas, whatever you want to do. But me coming off my money that's going bye bye. Mm mm
Nope.
mm mm. Mm-mm.
Ain't gonna happen, Captain.
No,
Mm-mm.
that's just
Mm-mm.
it's just too much. That's just a
No.
lot to do, and that's just way too much.
Facts. No printer.
1.8 million. I think that's what I said
Mm.
earlier. 1.8 million. That's too much money to have. That's too much money to have to part with,
I know it is.
knowing that you're never gonna get that back. It's never gonna
Ever.
see the light of day. And I'm gonna be curious to know how this works out.
It won't.
Um,
She'll be in there.
with her, because listen, she has a public defender, so the likelihood that she has $1.8 million available to give a bail's bondsman is not likely. But I could be wrong. Stranger things has happened. Next thing we know, she may have a high powered attorney. She may go get um hmm, one of Diddy Bop's, or because I think Diddy Bop's was Young Thug's attorney. Those are the same people. They're interchangeable.
Well, the only
Um,
one that got the one only one got free was Young Thug. So she may wanna rethink that. How about just don't do no crime? You hear me?
you know,
Just don't do nothing.
look at you being sensible instead of going to the wrong option immediately like you normally do in real life.
When it comes to freedom, 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 I can't. Freedom, cut me loose. I don't like my freedom.
Okay.
Mhm. I like to be able to come and go as I please. Eat, go in and out the refrigerator. Mm-mm. Can't do that in the prison system.
Okay. And I just don't, I just
Mm-mm.
don't know about this.
Ain't nothing to know. Case closed. Cause we, mm-mm. Mm-mm.
But yeah, but that's so for episode number 56, the shout out is going to be to who we mentioned earlier, but we did not mention by name. And I'm about to probably screw up her name anyway. So that's that. Autumn Durad Akpaw. Um, so she did make history, being at the 98th Academy Awards, and she was the first woman to win the Oscar for Best Cinematographer for her work on Sinners. She's also the first woman to shoot a feature in a large format IMAX. IMAX. Words are difficult today. So this was a historic win for her. So kudos for her.
Amen.
And apparently it's only been three other women that's been nominated before, apparently.
Mm.
So for her to win, and this is one of four, basically. The other ones were Rachel Morris with Mud Found. I've never heard of that. Eric Wegner, The Power of the Dog. What is these movies talking about? I've never heard of these. And Mandy Walker for Elvis.
Okay.
Uh,
No
and
Elvis.
shout outs also to her for being black and Filipino American. And
Hmm.
apparently she
Okay.
also worked on before she worked on Black Panther, Wakanda
Black Panther, not
forever.
Panda.
Panther. Panther. Marvel. I think it's Marvel. Don't give me the line. I don't know which one of them comic books it is. But yeah.
Oh, blessed be the fruit.
So yes. So and somebody mentioned, they was like, on, threads. They were like, "Oh my goodness, people need to stop saying like first black, first woman, first this, first that." And like somebody else said, the fact that we're in 2026 and we still have to say first, that's the part that
Right.
is sad. So
Mm-hmm.
the fact that it's only being, and I'm sure this is probably obviously for reasons that only three other women have been, in that category that's been nominated before. So I'm quite sure, it may not be a female, the females may not be represented as much,
Right.
especially have not been represented as much when it comes to the nominations and as well as the winners.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to give a shout out to her. This is also impactful because, of course, this is Women History Month, and she's basically made history, not only um, as a woman, but also you got to throw in the fact that she's, uh, black and Filipino. So the black people and the Asians, mm, clap it up for her. But yeah, and like I said, I probably said her last name wrong because it's
I'm sure
Arkapaw.
you did.
It's Ark Apow, or it's probably something because you when you say like the word awkward. I'm just saying this, throwing this out here. The word awkward don't seem like the word awkward, and her name is probably not how I pronounced it. Just saying it phonetically, it's probably not pronounced that way, but that's the best I got.
And good night, people, because that's all Kim got.
But anyway, for episode number 56 of Real Life is Friends podcast, and this is where the group chat turns into a podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Kimberly.
I'm Mila.
Peace up, A Town
Pew, pew,
down.